So this is the Waterloo Wildlife Area. Big old section across the street from the quarry. Kind of gets marshier the deeper you go in. There's no trails, just this sort of service path that sort of goes all the way through to the end. But there's a nice little cardinal just flew by, it looks like. But from what I understand, like, you can go wherever you want in here. There's no, like I said, no trails, and you can hunt in here. So I've always been just wandering wherever the hell I feel like. A lot of bird activity going on right in this area. This is the place where we get a lot of, not get a lot, got a lot of big ass quartz outcrops. So I don't know if they're glacial erratics that were transported by the glaciers, or if this is actually just a, I don't know, one of the best deposits of quartz on either in America or on Earth, which is literally just right across the street there. Now, it's a wide angle lens, so it doesn't see far away very well, but on top of that berm, you can see sort of like the dirt piles they got stacked up there. It's a big quartz quarry. And up here after this curve a little ways, there's big boulders. But again, most of the bedrock around here is just sandstone and limestone, which quartz comes from sandstone, but I don't know, outside of some like pockets of quartz and granite and shit, it's mostly sandstone and limestone. So this could be naturally occurring quartz, it could be glacial erratics. I don't know how you prove which either way, but it's kind of the charm of this place. You got a lot of different things sort of going on, like the quartz section is up here a little ways, and then once you get past that, there's these weird little trees. Looks like a midget apple orchard. So there's a section of those on either side, then you curve around again, and then it changes a little bit, more prairie-like opened up, and like I said, once you get to the end, it's full-on marsh. So this place is pretty cool. I just like it here. Still pretty muddy back here. I can see a bunch of deer trotting through here after it rained. It rained a couple days ago. Yesterday it was cloudy and windy. Probably be dried out pretty well by now, but it's not. Here's one of the big quartz boulders that I was talking about. Like the little erratics all over the place, but then we got these big motherfuckers that, is this naturally occurring here, or is this, like, how deep does this go? Is it sitting down right on top of the land here? Because if so, then it's a glacial erratic. Glaciers transported it here as they were melting, and this is where that one iceberg happened to stop, and once it melted away, the erratic just sits down on the ground. But it's weird, it's just a ton of this stuff. And I am by no means a rock expert. But this shit looks like quartz or quartzite to me. I don't know how. Can't really see what I'm focusing on here with the camera. Unless I pull my phone out, but let's take a little wander through here, and you can see they're pretty big. Like this is it cracked right here. When the leaves aren't there, you can see it, but big weird chunk of quartz. Another one right there, another one over there. Little ones all over the place. I like this one. It's like a little pool up top, and there's usually water down at the bottom here as well. Just kind of nice looking. And I've never really gone too far back into here, so I don't know how long these keep going for, but unless it's just this little swarm of them in this area, which would really lead me to believe that these are glacial erratics. But then how do you explain the quarry across the road? You know, is there literally a quarry's worth of quartz that was deposited by glaciers? Oh, they keep going. Look at this. Huh. Oh, look at this. Huh. Woodpecker. Peck it away. This is something else back here, boy. Holy shit. Huh. I've never been back this far. This has got to be naturally occurring. But then it's like, there's a boulder there. There doesn't seem to be anything in between there. Same with that big one right there and that one over there. Man, I wonder how you'd find out. I guess you'd have to excavate the area and see what's going on underneath the dirt level. Because if it's just more quartz, then this, for whatever reason, had the sandstone smashed into quartz. Because this is all, this bedrock around here, it's Cambrian era. The 2.5 million years of glaciers just dug away, bulldozed away 400 million years of the bedrock that would be on top of this. So in the Cambrian era, where we are right now, was way down near the equator, all a shallow tropical sea. Hence the sandstone and where the limestone comes from. All the little shells of sea creatures over hundreds of millions of years piling up. And so there's spots, you go down to Janesville, hike the Ice Age Trail down there, and you can see just some of it is sandstone and limestone mixed together. Some of it is very distinct layers, you know, all stacked on top of each other. Some is just all sandstone, some is all limestone. It's really cool. So this very well could, fucking, these stupid fucking spike things. Biggest piece of shit plants on earth. A worthless species. That's a big old soupy mess. But this is something else. Let's see what happens if we go even farther back. Oh, it's more spike plants. Great. This is weird though, why this is, it's like somebody was back here trying to excavate this at some point. Why the hell would there just be a, sort of like a hole here? You know? Especially when some of them, like that one over there by the tree, and that it's very smooth faced. Like, I don't fucking know. Hard to tell. More back here that I can kind of see, but yeah, son of a bitch. This is just, you need quartz. You know where to get some free quartz. You're gonna make a record player or a clock or something? Of course. People throwing fucking beer bottles and shit in here. The cocksuckers. These miserable pieces of shit always gotta ruin stuff, you know? People are the fucking worst. You know, it actually takes effort to be a piece of shit. Some people are just obsessed with dedicating their life to that. Fucking trash. Man, this is fucking sweet back here. Fucking weasel hole or what the hell? This is fucking cool though. Yeah, they're everywhere. There is just, this has got to be naturally occurring. Still weird though, because why the fuck wouldn't the glaciers have ground all of this out flat? Fucking A, I just don't know if these are deposited by glaciers or actually. More fucking debris. Like, do people just come back here to throw fucking bottles around or what? God damn. It's pretty back here though. Cool, like a big boulder field here. Okay, yeah, I would say these are naturally occurring, because look at how fucking, if I can get down here, this is really steep right here. I'm gonna say these are naturally occurring, but it still doesn't explain why the glaciers didn't just grind it all away, because where we're standing, I mean, the Garmin Nature Preserve claims that there was a mile thick of ice here, but I think that's, they may have meant a kilometer, because it was about 1,000 to 2,000 feet thick here of ice covering this whole area, all the way south to Janesville, all the way west to the west side of Madison, and obviously all the way east over the fucking Lake Michigan. This is pretty impressive, man. I don't know what you can. They make quartz countertops. You got free countertop material here. Just take it to a stone cutter. Have them chop it all up for you. Getting it out of here would be a motherfucker, though. Good luck with that. this is really cool. Ah, fucking spike plant right to the thigh. This is sweet. Gotta snap a photo of this. Wide angle that motherfucker. Here we go. Yeah, I had no idea this was all back here. Oh, there's some marshy area. It's way off in the distance. I don't know if this mic can pick it up. You can hear some frogs. Everything is happening so early in the year. I thought last year was early, where the trees were blossoming in the middle of April. Now it's not even April yet, and a lot of them are budding. This is cool though. Huh. It's like them ones that are right up in near that service road. They're just a little tease of what's going on here with the quartz. Pretty interesting what you can find if you just wander through the woods. Try to make our way back to the service road. Continue on our way here. Some other time I'm going to keep pushing back farther, see what the fuck is going on back there. A good opportunity to get lost in the woods. But at least there's a highway nearby. And you get cell service out here, but just walk towards the highway sound. It's right over there. It's just so weird though. These like ditches and trenches and big pits. What the hell happened here? Have to come back here after this dries out and fucking bottles out of there. Fucking hate people. Just leave nature alone, you motherfuckers. Or better yet, just fucking kill yourselves. We got more than enough of you. Ooh, I like this tree over here. Fuck these spike plants. That big bad lay. This big old beast just looks cool as hell. Big old thick trunk. This bad boy's been here quite a while. Look at the diameter of that hot rod. That fucking thing's got to be like 150, 200 years old at least. That's a big boy. All right, came out kind of close to where we were. Went in. Yeah, here's the start of some of them trees that look like the midget orchard. But it gets thick on both sides up here. Like they were intentionally planted like this. You see what I kind of mean about why that looks like that with all that quartz over there, when this is how the rest of this place looks. Little prairie, trees, marsh way the hell back there. And aside from across the street at that quarry, there's just not giant quartz fucking boulders everywhere around here. So it's so weird that that exists right here. Huh. I really want to know what the hell is up with that. Here's some cranes somewhere. Can't see them though. I guess we still got some. That's quartz right there. Kind of looks quartzish. Just fucking connect, goddammit. What a motherfucker. For the 7th time, just trying to connect the fucking phone to the camera so I can see what's going on here, and it just refuses to. There we go. Good job, you piece of shit. Exposure still looking good. I'm just trying to work out bugs here. If it's completely sunny, it's easy to set and lock the exposure in. If it's just completely overcast, same situation. So easy. This partly cloudy shit, I'm trying to work the bugs out on because this camera keeps wanting to set the exposure to the brightest part in the frame, which on a cloudy day, partly cloudy day, is going to be the sky because the clouds act like a huge softbox and diffuse that light all over the place, and it's way brighter than the ground is. So getting this fucking thing to not exposed to the sky is the biggest challenge. Here's something hopping around over here. Another quartz boulder in there. So this is all, see, these look like glacial erratics, like they were just dropped here. I guess it's fucking everywhere now that I actually start looking. Weird. I need a geologist here to figure out. So this is what it starts looking like back here, like prairie patches. Where are them damn cranes? I can hear them somewhere up in the sky. Oh, there they are. There's 2 of them way up there. Wide angle lens, probably no chance in hell you'll see them, but heading back to Canada, perhaps. Although our winter was so warm here, the geese and cranes never really stopped. All winter long, you just see them and hear them, so shit's fucked. Climate going wild. Fuck it. Nothing we can do about it. Keep saying we gotta stop this and stop that, but we don't. Just keep on doing the same exact fucking thing. So, no point in even worrying about the climate changing and flooding people or droughting people or burning or freezing people. We ain't gonna do a fucking thing to change it, so ain't no use in crying. So I like being out here. It's quiet, just birds and nature sounds. No people to fucking annoy ya. It's beautiful scenery. Underground cable. Wisconsin Telephone Company. I don't think they exist anymore. Never heard of that shit. There's a cool little creek cutting through here. Got some clear water in that bad Larry too. Look at that. I wonder if this is Stony Brook. Stony Brook cuts through back here somewhere. That is weird. Cable is run through here. Cut it and see what happens. The 3 people that still have a landline will probably be real pissed. But if anyone actually ends up watching this video or other videos like this that I make, this is going to be my intent. So I got this hot rod, DJI Action 4. And then over here, tried to mount it on top, but you could see the dead cat in the frame. Same with mounting it on the side. So I bought a little bracket with 2 mounting spots on it, and the camera's on one, mic's on the other, and the mic is slightly turned out, so such a wide angle lens picks up everything. So hopefully this setup works well where you don't see the fuzzy dead cat in the frame. And what I plan on doing, a lot of videos like this of state parks and county parks around Wisconsin. Try to inspire people to get out there and check them out. We have unbelievably beautiful landscape and sceneries and around here, especially in the driftless region. And I love being out in this type of stuff. And the technology is pretty good now where you can see it's all hands-free. I just got a fucking chest harness on for like a mountain biker or something. Throw a button-up shirt over it and all it looks like there's a camera and a microphone just floating out in front of my chest. Super light. STUNTMAN is the brand of this chest strap I bought. Vastly superior to the GoPro and DJI version of their chest straps. Super comfortable. Doesn't even feel like I have it on. And this whole setup is so light, like maybe 1.5 pounds. Well, with the harness, probably 2 pounds, but fucking nothing. We're coming up here soon. We're heading to Texas next Friday, April 5th. Even though the forecast looks pretty shitty, a lot of rain in the forecast down there. Try to see the eclipse down by Abbott, Texas. But, you know, maybe we'll get lucky, get some breaks in the clouds, maybe we won't. But either way, there's a park nearby that has dinosaur footprints in the stream. And I want to see that. I'd like to see some dinosaur footprints. 2 different types, like the sauropod, like big 3-toed clover type tracks, and then more like 3 individual like chicken feet, big ones. So like predator and the prey. And apparently where that is, the creek or stream or whatever is constantly eroding them away but exposing new ones below it. So obviously eventually that's going to run out. So I'd definitely like to see that before it's too late. Now we're starting to get a little marshy. This is pretty spongy ground right here. But this ends relatively shortly, maybe a few more 100 yards. You just sort of end up in the marsh and there's nowhere else to go. But yeah, after the Texas trip, weather permitting, obviously, when we hopefully hit some nice weekends here. It was like 70 near the end of February, and now it's just rainy and windy here. A lot of March, but down by Burlington, Kenosha, Racine area, southeastern Wisconsin, there's the Dick Bong recreation area, which was going to be an Air Force base in the 50s. A lot of deer tracks down here. They started building it, and before they even poured the runways, like they graded everything and put the gravel base down to pave the runway. Before they even started paving, like literally days before they were going to start paving the runway, they canceled the fucking project. So now it's this huge area that would have been an Air Force base back in the 50s when the Ruskies were threatening to nuke everyone. The government thought it'd be a good idea to sort of have a place between, you know, Milwaukee and Chicago. In case they started throwing missiles at us, we could jump off and try to do something? I don't fucking know. But that supposed or planned Air Force base was almost immediately replaced by a vastly superior one somewhere else. So now it's just like 20 miles of horse trails, probably 15, 20 miles of hiking trails. What were going to be the runways, I don't know if they paved them or what now, but you look at a Google satellite image, it still looks like a fucking 2 functional runways are there. But that's used for RC aircraft and shit, which is, could you ask for anything better? If you got an RC plane, hey, here's 2 fucking 7,000 or maybe 12,000 foot long runways to horse around on. Maybe even RC cars can go out there and tear it up, which that would be sweet. So head out there, and 2 different trips for that. There's a lake, big trail around there, like 5 miles, and then the highway sort of cuts across east and west. So the north side of the highway is another huge series of trails, and another, like the Orange Trail is like another 5-mile loop. So that's on the things to do list. Is this the end part with the beautiful scenery? Maybe. Yeah, I kind of like, ooh, really spongy here. Whatever those plants are, they are exploding. I was here a couple weeks ago. This was just like stagnant water. Didn't have all these clovers or whatever the fuck this is in here. I think it maybe we can go down there a little ways more. Fucking soil's blacker than the darkest night though, man. This seems like really good fertile soil back here, but again, it's all marsh, and oh yeah, the water level's way up. This is all, yep, this is them squishing up water here. So here's where it gets all marshy and whatnot. The end of the line. So it's a nice little, you know, you take your leisurely time. It's a good half-hour trip in and out. And that's the Waterloo Wildlife Area. Highway 19, right outside of Waterloo. Just past Portland, across from the quarry. The woodpecker back here. It's hard at work. Gotta be up in that tree there somewhere. There's one over here somewhere. Like they're talking to each other. He's doing his job on a Sunday. The deer tracks. Hopping in and jumping on through. See the two toes? Brrr. Looks like they got it made back here. Unless it's hunting season. I honestly don't know of anyone who hunts back here because you're pretty damn close to the highway, although I highly doubt a slug bullet is going to make it through all this shit, but I have found shotgun shells out here on the ground, so somebody's popping off. Couple cranes circling around. Can't see them, they're all behind them trees there, but one of my favorite birds, sandhill crane. They look like mini pterodactyls, them long ass necks. I also have the, up in Horicon at least, the sandhill crane almost went extinct. I think from pesticides and shit like that. I remember as a little kid in the 80s going on field trips there, they were talking about a reintroduction plan, try to get the population back up, which slowly has been working over the past, 30 some years. But sandhill cranes the whooping cranes are not common. I've never seen one in person. But the sandhills are everywhere. We got blue herons around here, which also look really cool. Trolling for fish in the Monashaw River. Catch them every once in a while. Another big old badass tree. This motherfucker That has been here a while. Huh. Yeah, the stories that some of these things could tell, huh? It's just something really awesome about big ass old trees, you know? It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a calm, comforting old friend, a wise old grandfather figure. But anywho, if you happen to see this and you're in the Waterloo, Wisconsin area, pop on in. It's very, very nice here. And I think, again, because there's no actual trails, you can just sort of wander wherever you want to. People usually don't consider this a place to go hiking, which is even better. It's virtually, I've never run into another person here. I've seen cars in the parking lot driving by, but almost pretty much, well, every time I've been here, I've been by myself, so it's been nice. There's just nothing here, no bathrooms, no water, nothing. It's just a wildlife area. No picnic areas, no grills, none of that shit. Tiny little parking lot right off the highway, just maybe fit 4 or 5 cars in it. Just park your car, shut up, and go hiking around here. What more do you want? wad from a shotgun shell. So there you have it. There's Waterloo Wildlife Area. Nice little quiet place. Not far off the beaten trail that almost nobody visits, so it's always nice and quiet here. Come on, check it out if you're in the area. Just please don't fucking litter here, for fuck's sake. If you can't not be a piece of shit, if you can't stop being a piece of shit, just get the fuck away. Nobody fucking likes you, nobody wants you around. But if you love nature, respect it enough to not litter on it, come on out. Everyone else, go fuck yourself.